Hello there folks. With just 1 week to go before the Planetary Annihilation Ablegamers tournament in 2016, where you control the carnage, it's time to talk about the format and unveil the brackets and maps. The format is rather simple and easy to understand. This is a free-for-all tournament, so anything goes, as it is every player for themselves. Alliances are not enabled, but this will not stop diplomatic players from agreeing not to fight one another should they sense a greater threat on the battlefield. Now, we have 16 players, and these are divided up into 4 such free-for-all games, each with 4 players. The last surviving player in each game is the winner, and will progress on to our grand final against the winners of the other heats. The winner of the final will then be crowned the champion of Ablegamers PA Tournament 2016. So, it's about time we revealed who will be fighting who in each heat. In the first game of the event, we have LJFed, CDRKF, Killer Kiwi, and Klops. In the second game, we'll see Eladea, The IBAN, Alpha, and Gandalf. Meanwhile, the third game will have Admiral General, Flub, Furbleman, and Alfredo the Fish. And our final heat will feature Cola Colin, River, Stuart 98, and Zaphod X. In each of these heats, you can donate to Ablegamers to provide any player a bonus of your choosing from our menu. Be aware that the first units will drop in once 5 minutes have elapsed, and there is a 25-minute grace period before our game enders for big spenders will arrive, including Titans, planetary engines, and catalyst nodes to smash planets into the opposition. Speaking of smashing planets, in each of the first round heats, our players will be fighting on the Able Conglomerate, a 3-planet system with 2 orbiting bodies that can both be smashed, each requiring 4 engines. A central starting planet features equidistant equatorial spawns with limited metal. Most resources can be found between bases and at the poles, requiring aggression. Of course, an option is to go for orbital and start to colonize the other planets. The first of which is a lush planet with a fair amount of metal. However, they are relatively spread out. Players will need to choose landing sites carefully. There are a few choke points here and there as well, so localized bases are certainly likely before expansion takes hold. Moving on to the last planet now, we have a moon with large craters at the poles, preventing movement and construction. There are also some structures which enclose metal, so at some point you will need to expand with airfabbers to grab these bonus metal sites. Elsewhere you will find some clustered metal, a likely location for bases. Once our winners from the first round heats are assembled, they will then fight on a new system that goes by the name of Saurian Supper. Boasting 4 planets, this system is tricky to master. Initially, players will spawn on Tomato Soup, a lava planet with a fair amount of metal that is somewhat spread out and hard to lock down, however. Players have the option of rapid expansion and aggression, or early orbital rushing. The first of the other planets is Sweet Surprise. This features good resources but are once again spread out with a couple of areas of stronger concentration. Its main feature is a large crater with lots of metal within. However, you will need air fabricators or transports to capture these. Note that this planet requires 8 engines to launch. Alternatively, players may decide to rush over to the Rusty Barbecue, a metal planet damaged over time by the asteroid belt. It doesn't feature as much metal as the other resource-bearing planets, however. It does of course give its owner the juicy possibility of the metal planet's super laser. Finally, we have Crusty Bread, a small asteroid with no resources divided into 2 halves by a lava ravine with a narrow choke point at one side. All it needs is 4 Halleys to smash. There you have it folks. Players have been chosen, the brackets are finalised, our maps are ready. It's time for Ablegamers 2016. You will not want to miss this live event. See you there.